Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to insert your edited hero pose into your 2-point perspective photograph. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you have that 2-point perspective photograph saved somewhere on your computer where you know where it is. And you're going to go to pixlr.com/editor and you're going to open an image from the computer. And you're going to go find your 2-point perspective photo. And again, remember, if it appears as a list and you can't see it, you can click on the triangle and choose large icons and find it. So here was the image I liked, and I'm going to click open. Might take it a second to appear. Now, if it takes it a second for it to appear like mine did, that might mean that your image is really, really big. And a good way to check that is to go to image and go to image size. 4,000 pixels wide is huge. We probably only need about 1,200 for this. 800 is fine, 600 is fine, 1,500 is fine. Anything above 1,500, your computer might start to crash. So we're going to click OK. It looks really tiny, but I just zoom in, and you can do that by going View, Zoom In, or if you have a special mouse like I do, you can roll in, okay? So now, here's my background. There's my 2-point perspective, right? I have one vanishing point over here. I have one vanishing point over here, and this fits with my hero's journey story. So now I need to get my hero pose on here, the one I just edited. So it's very tempting to people to go to File Open, but we don't want to open up a new file. We have a file open and we want our hero to appear in this file. So we go instead to Layer, and we go to Open Image as Layer. And once you're there, you want to go and find your edited hero. So I saved it as my hero. There it is. I'm going to click, and I'm going to click Open, and my hero appears right there. Do you see that? Now, I might want to make it a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger, and the way I would do that is I go to Edit, Free Transform, and I can make it smaller. Now, that's going to be too skinny. That's going to be too fat, right? So I'm going to have to figure out where exactly, and I could put myself over here. I could put myself over here. I could put myself, if I was going to put myself there, I might have to make myself smaller, right? Because I'm way in the distance. So it just depends on where you want to put your person. How about, you know what, this is kind of cool right here. I'm going to put it right here. Once I have it where I like, I'm going to click off to the side, and I'm going to say, well, yes, I would like to apply the changes. Now, you might want to do some stuff to make this look more like it fits in your picture. So the way you can do that is make sure you're on your layer with your hero. So that's my hero layer. And I can go to Adjustment and Brightness Contrast, so I can make it more contrasty. Seems like it fits a little bit better now, doesn't it? Okay. Another thing I could do is I could do Hue and Saturation. That's going to make my color brighter. Do you see that? Less bright, more bright, however I want it. Click OK. Alright, now the other thing is that you might want to create a shadow so that you can actually feel like your person's here. Like right now it doesn't really feel like my feet are actually there. So I kind of have a cool way I create a shadow. So I go right here. This is my new layer. I'm going to click OK. And I actually want my hero to be on top. So I just click my hero, and drag up, and then layer 2. I'm going to double click and name that shadow so I can remember. Okay, there's my shadow layer. I'm going to go get my paintbrush, and I'm going to pick a color. I am going to pick black for my shadow. Okay, and then on my paintbrush, I have some options. These are solid brushes. These are fuzzy brushes. Fuzzy brushes are going to make excellent shadows. So pick a one that you like about the size. And then down here on my feet, I'm going to zoom in to show you what I'm going to do. Down here on my feet, I'm on my shadow layer. I'm just going to make some shadows. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Let's see what's going on here. Let's try that again. Interesting. Okay. So sometimes Pixlr freezes up on you, and that's what happens. So I had to pause and fix things a little bit. Okay, so I'm right here on my layers. I'm on my shadow layer. I have a fuzzy brush, and I'm just going to click like this. And do you see how it creates a little shadow there? And I might even make more of a shadow, and it's lighter over here and darker over here, so I'm guessing my shadow would go this way. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to zoom back out, and if it seems like it's too dark, or that might be a little bit dark, I can click right here, and these are my layer properties, and I can just fade it. Do you see how it's, if you watch right down here, it's a lot darker, I can kind of fade it, okay? That seems like that's a pretty good place. When I'm all done, and I'm ready to save it, I'm going to go to File, Save. Make sure in the drop-down you choose PNG, and I want you to give it a name, like My Hero Journey Illustration. And then I would put your name so that your teacher knows who it belongs to. You're going to click, make sure it's a PNG file, click OK. Make sure you know where you're saving it to, click Save. And now it's saved. And now you can turn it into your teacher however he or she would like for you to turn it in.